Listen, I watch a lot of streaming, and not just streaming from the streaming services like Disney Plus, Max, Peacock, whatever. I also like watch all my movies that I watch. I don't buy physical media. I haven't for many years, and I watch them on but sometimes on the streaming services and stuff like that, I will actually turn on the captions because sometimes the sound mix, you know what? Let me take that back. Often I find that the sound mix muddles the dialogue. Not always Christopher Nolan level muddling of the dialogue, but it often muddles the dialogue. And I'm like, I miss certain things because the street sounds were a little bit poorly mixed, or the music score at that point was a little too high. And I often find myself when I'm watching something on streaming that I pop on the subtitles. Not that I love subtitles, but it's just because I want to make sure I completely catch everything, all the dialogue, right?
Do you find that as much with the home theater now? Because is it still the same issue? There's a setting in my Sonos system that has improved it a bit, but even then it's still sometimes an issue. I asked because I think the majority of people, including me, have like sound bars, and I've always felt like that's an issue with sound bars, where you cannot hear it, and you're like, God, let me crank this, and then guess what happens next?
The bass, baby.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, let me lower.
It's like the old days when we used to just watch broadcast television, and like you'd be watching a show, and then the commercials would come on, and they would purposefully set the commercials at like 9 decibels higher than the sound of the show, so that Tide Pods would all of a sudden come out and like be blasting you, right? Well, thank God. One of the streaming services has decided to step up and do something, and it just happens to be Amazon. Amazon Prime and Amazon Video has just announced that they are putting out new tools to adjust the sound so you can actually hear and understand the TV dialogue that's going on. I'm going to read this a little bit here. This comes to us from IndieWire, who writes the following. Raise your hand if you found yourself recently rewinding your movie or episode back 10 seconds over and over again to pick up a line of dialogue you simply can't make out, only to give in and finally turn on the dang closed captions. It's a topic that's been Googled and explained to death, and Amazon is finally doing something about it. Introducing Dialog Boost, a new function from Amazon that lets you actually understand what is being said on its shows. The AI-powered feature will let you increase the volume of the dialogue relative to the background music and effects, and you can customize it to your personal preference, all to create a more comfortable and accessible viewing experience. Damn frickin' time. I am so glad they're doing this. And I really, really hope that this is something that Disney's actually quite bad for this. But Disney Plus, Warner Brothers, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Shudder, Max, whatever you want to do. Shudder Max.
CHBO.
I just really hope they all take a look at this and realize, oh yeah, let's give people that up. Now, look, if you're one of these people where you think, John, I think the dialogue level in all streaming stuff is perfectly fine. Okay, great. I mean, offer this as an option. And I like the way that Amazon is doing that. Amazon's not saying we're just going through and automatically making this happen, because maybe some people like the way the dialogue level is. That's fair. But to put it in as an option to say, hey, look, if you're one of these people, and I admit I am, who sometimes gets a little bit frustrated with the muddling of the dialogue in with the ambient and the musical score and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes you're missing some of the things that are being said, having an option in there for, what do they call it? Dialogue boost.
Yeah, dialogue boost.
Put in there a little bit of dialogue boost to give that little bit of extra oomph to it so it stands out from everything else. I would love that. And I didn't see anything in here in the story about when they're going to roll it out, but hopefully it's soon. But personally, I love this. Thank you, Amazon, for doing this. Max, Paramount Plus,
get it right.
All the others, please pay attention. Let's see if this works. And if it does, please, everybody implement this. Guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this move by Amazon Video to put in a feature called Dialog Boost, which will up the sound of the actual dialogue over the ambient sounds and the music of the thing so you can better understand the dialogue that's being spoken and you don't have to turn on the damn captions? I personally love this. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be a disaster. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN.
Guys, it is 2023, and online privacy and security has never been more important. You see, every device, phones, computers, tablets, has a unique IP address, which is like an internet phone number and reveals personal information about you. It's super simple for somebody online who knows what they're doing to find your IP address if you've ever clicked on a sketchy link or opened an email from somebody you don't know. Your IP address could become exposed. Now that's where ExpressVPN has your back. ExpressVPN is an app that hides your real IP address and replaces it with a dummy one, keeping you safe and private. And you don't have to be some kind of techie to use a VPN. Guys, it is so easy to use. Just download the ExpressVPN app on your phone or computer, tap one button to turn it on, and you're protected. And if you like your streaming entertainment, here's the coolest part. They let you choose what country you want your IP address to look like it's coming from. This is incredibly useful because services like Netflix and Disney Plus give you different shows depending on what country you're in. So secure your family's online activity and unlock tons of new shows by visiting expressvpn.com/Campea. Use my link and you can get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/Campea. Go to expressvpn.com/Campea to learn more.